Hello, you're watching Qpvn News. I'm Anh Tuấn and we keep you up to date with the headlines. Vietnam and India deepen defense ties through policy dialogue. Exchange to build a peaceful, friendly and developing border area. Vietnamese colors and sounds spread across Western France. On November the 10th, Party General Secretary To Lâm attended a working session of the 15th National Assembly's 10th sitting. National Assembly Chairman Trần Thanh Mẫn chaired the session, which was also attended by President Lương Cường, Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính, and permanent member of the party's Central Committee Secretariat, Trần Cẩm Tú.
Following personnel procedures, the National Assembly voted to approve a resolution electing Đỗ Văn Chiến, member of the 13th Politburo, as Vice Chairman of the 15th National Assembly. With the majority of deputies voting in favour, the National Assembly also adopted a resolution electing Nguyễn Văn Quảng, member of the party's Central Committee, as Chief Justice of the Supreme People's Court of the Socialist Republic of Vietnam for the 2021-2026 term. Chief Justice Nguyễn Văn Quảng then took the oath of office before the National Assembly. During the afternoon session, lawmakers discussed the draft law on population and the draft law on disease prevention. Deputies expressed broad support for the formulation of both laws. Regarding the draft law on population, they emphasize its new approach, which views population policy as part of human development policy.
On the afternoon of November the 10th in Hanoi, General Phan Van Giang, Minister of National Defense of Vietnam, received Mr. Rajesh Kumar Singh, Defense Secretary of India.
General Phan Van Giang praised the results of the 15th Vietnam-India Defense Policy Dialogue, reaffirming Vietnam's strong commitment to its traditional friendship with India. Mr. Rajesh Kumar Singh expressed confidence that the dialogue would lay a solid foundation for practical cooperation in areas such as training, artificial intelligence, and defense industry. General Phan Van Giang affirmed that there remains great potential for cooperation between the two ministries. He suggested that both sides continue to strengthen friendship, mutual understanding and trust, bringing cooperation to greater depth and effectiveness, and work closely to effectively implement India's aid and credit packages for the Vietnamese Ministry of National Defense. General Phan Van Giang underscored the importance of maintaining peace, stability, and freedom of navigation and overflight in the EC or South China Sea. He called for settling disputes peacefully in line with international law, including the 1982 UNCLOS, and urged the full implementation of the DOC and progress toward an effective, substantive COC.
On the afternoon of November the 10th, the 15th Vietnam-India Defense Policy Dialogue took place in Hanoi. The dialogue was co-chaired by Senior Lieutenant General Hoàng Xuân Chiến, Deputy Minister of National Defense of Vietnam, and Mr. Rajesh Kumar Singh, Defense Secretary of India.
Senior Lieutenant General Hoàng Xuân Chiến highlighted the steady growth of Vietnam-India defense cooperation, with progress in high-level exchanges, training, peacekeeping, and defense industry collaboration. Mr. Rajesh Kumar Singh emphasized that Vietnam is an important partner of India and that defense cooperation has become a key pillar of the bilateral relationship. He expressed his hope that the two sides would continue to explore new areas of cooperation suited to their needs, potential, and shared interest. On behalf of the Ministry of National Defense, Senior Lieutenant General Hoàng Xuân Chiến called for stronger coordination at multilateral forums, especially ASEAN-led mechanisms, and invited the Indian Ministry of Defense and Enterprises to join the 3rd Vietnam International Defense Expo in late 2026. At the conclusion of the dialogue, the two heads of delegation signed the minutes of the 15th Vietnam-India Defense Policy Dialogue.
The second Vietnam-Cambodia Border Defense Friendship Exchange is about to take place. On November the 10th in Tây Ninh Province, Senior Lieutenant General Nguyễn Trường Thắng, Deputy Minister of National Defense, inspected the preparations for the exchange.
At the Mokbai International Border Gate, the first venue for the program's activities, decorations and ceremonial arrangements have been carefully prepared. During the inspection, participating forces rehearsed key exchange activities such as the official welcoming ceremony for the Ministers of National Defense of Vietnam and Cambodia. At the Long Thuận Commune's Cultural and Sports Center, where the twinning ceremony between the two border residential areas will be held, agencies of the Ministry of National Defense of Vietnam, local authorities and residents have worked together to make sure that every detail is well prepared in order to promote friendship and solidarity between the peoples of the two countries. Life will become more convenient, cross-border trade and employment will be more stable, and cooperation between both sides will be further facilitated. Senior Lieutenant General Nguyễn Trường Thắng requested that all relevant agencies, units and authorities of Tây Ninh Province continue to uphold their sense of responsibility, maintain close coordination.
On November the 11th, at the National Military Training Center No. 4, the opening ceremony of the 2025 UN Peacekeeping Bilateral Exercise, known as VIETNAMESE 2025, was held. Senior Lieutenant General Phùng Sĩ Tấn, Deputy Chief of the General Staff of the Vietnam People's Army, and Mr. Rajesh Kumar Singh, Defense Secretary of India, co-chaired the event. VIETNAMESE 2025 takes place from November the 11th to the 27th to improve coordination capacity in UN peacekeeping operations, share field experience and practice techniques and tactics in a multinational environment. Nearly 300 officers and personnel from both sides joined this year's exercise, focusing on coordination skills, tasks of the engineering force, and integration of military medical, search and rescue elements. In his opening remarks, Senior Lieutenant General Phùng Sĩ Tấn stressed that the annual VIETNAMESE exercise reflects the increasingly practical and effective defense cooperation between the two armies. India remains Vietnam's only international partner in conducting an annual field exercise on UN peacekeeping.
The rotational organization of VIETNAMESE demonstrates high political trust, effective and practical cooperation between the two militaries of Vietnam and India on UN peacekeeping operations, contributing to peace, prosperity and stability in the region and the world. Right after the opening ceremony, the theoretical training contents will kick off, followed by combined training content and the field exercise. We will continue keeping you up to date on our next bulletins on QPVN channel.
After the destruction caused by Typhoon Kamagi, the armed forces have stayed in the hardest hit areas to support families in restoring daily life.
In An Quang Dong fishing village, Đề Ghi commune, children are back to playing by the shore. But for their parents, the loss is heavy and visible in every conversation. 3 months ago, Trần Thị Thanh É lost her husband. Now the storms has taken the only home she and her 2 children had left. My house is gone. I don't even have time to look for what's left. The 3 of us are staying with others for now. I just hope we could have a place to stay soon. An Quang Dong has 24 households with 90 residents. The storm swept away not just houses and belongings, but years of savings and effort. In recent days, the troops have become a point of support for the village. At Cát Khánh Border Guard Station, the officers and soldiers not only assist with repairs, but also share meals and provide temporary shelter. Across the region, units under Military Region 5 continue to remain on-site, helping clear debris, rebuild homes, and visit affected households. We have directed all forces to urgently clear key areas, including schools, and to organize teams to visit affected households and help them rebuild. Tonight, in the warm sleep of the children of An Quang Dong, there will be the memory of soldiers' hands, steady, caring, and present. A reminder that even after the storm, compassion remains, lighting hope for days of rebuilding ahead.
Coming up next, Vietnamese intellectuals in Germany contributed opinions to draft documents for 14 National Party Congress. Vietnamese colors and sounds spread across western France. Recently, the Party Committee and the Embassy of Vietnam in Germany organized a seminar to collect opinions from Vietnamese intellectuals and businessmen in Germany on the draft documents of the 14 National Party Congress.
Speaking at the seminar, Vietnamese ambassador to Germany Nguyễn Đắc Thành emphasized that the party and state always respect and listen to the opinions of overseas Vietnamese, especially intellectuals, experts and businessmen, who are considered important resources contributing to the cause of national construction and development. Participants highly appreciated the quality of the draft documents, from the review of the 40-year renewal period to the viewpoints and strategies for national development in the new period. Experts also made many strategic recommendations. For example, the draft action program needs to emphasize more strongly the orientation of green economic development and green energy.
With a 32-kilometer coastline and more than 1,500 active fishing vessels, Đồng Tháp has been taking strong, coordinated measures to prevent illegal, unreported and unregulated fishing. Since early 2024, no IUU violations have been recorded among the local fishermen.
Gia Thuận Commune is one of the province's key fishing areas, with annual catches of over 42,970 tons. To raise awareness, the commune has strengthened outreach through community meetings, local broadcasting, and online groups. We put a lot of effort into communicating IUU regulations to fishermen. In addition to loudspeakers and community meetings, we use social media and Zalo groups to share updates. Thanks to this, compliance has generally been very good. The Đồng Tháp Border Guard is also working directly with captains and vessel owners to ensure proper fishing zones and reporting procedures are followed. We coordinate with the Fish Port Authority and fisheries agencies to closely monitor vessel movements and update the fishing vessel database. We remind fishermen to follow the fishery laws, especially the regulation related to IUU violations. To contribute to the national effort to remove the European Commission's yellow card, Đồng Tháp has issued inter-agency coordination measures and directed stricter inspections and enforcement, aiming toward a more sustainable and responsible fishery sector.
In the cities of change in the Third region of Western France, the colors, sounds and emotions deeply imbued with the spirit of Vietnam have filled the cozy space of the ruralized culture and social center, where the Charge d'Air Festival 2025 is taking place. The festival opens a journey to explore a Vietnam that is both sophisticated, familiar, and yet intriguingly new to the French audience.
One of the most prominent highlights of this year's festival was the dance performance Three Worlds, choreographed by Kathy Ryan, artistic director of the Arabesque troupe. The performance touched the hearts of the audience through the language of soft, fluid body movements, blending modern expression with East Asian inspiration. We worked every evening for 5 days to build the piece based on three natural elements, air, earth and water. I wanted to express the rhythm of the monsoon wind, the movement of rain and the vitality of the earth through the human body. I watched the film The Scent of Green Papaya to find inspiration, then chose its soundtrack along with sounds from Vietnamese percussion instruments as the background. The 34 Chain Dead Festival includes dozens of diverse activities, from dance, film screenings, exhibitions and workshops to cuisine and Vietnamese cultural experience classes. The performances were truly beautiful and touched my heart. The dances, costumes and music were all wonderful. I felt deeply moved when sensing the patriotism and sincerity. The Chart Day Festival 2025 brought the Southern audience a full sensory journey to Vietnam, a Vietnam that is warm, creative, and full of emotion. It was not only a meeting of two cultures, but also a bridge connecting hearts, where Vietnamese colors and spirits spread and lingered long in the hearts of French friends.
This is the end of the QPVN news today. Remember to watch our news again at qpvn.vn. Thank you for watching and goodbye for now.